your boss. I heard your girls got you climbing up walls. Man, your life is a mess. You used to wear the pants, now you're wearing a dress. You feel like enough is enough, and you're tired of wearing the handcuffs. Cause you no longer run your own house. You wanna be a man again. Come and join Mouse. Mouse, 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 Mouse.
Like and subscribe and make a comment, please.
Do that. So now,
What's up?
let's talk about Disneyland.
What's up? What happened? So what's going on?
How expensive is it?
Ooh, how much? I don't even know the price. You know what's crazy is I think I've been to Disneyland maybe once in my life, like when I was like paying, as far as when I was like about 14 years old. And the other times I've been there, fortunately, I didn't have to pay. So I have no idea how much it is.
Well, people be telling me they be spending $400, $500, $600, $700 for 2, 3, 4 people. Yes, just to get in.
Man,
Yes, man, for real. It's crazy.
I'm speechless.
Yeah, when we were growing up, it was like $25.
I remember when it was $25.
And if you had a soda can, you can get in. Your buddy can get in free.
Man,
you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, I got a soda can too. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, it's out of control. You don't want to go there.
Man, that's great. And it ain't no discount passes or nothing like that.
No, they don't do that no more. When we was growing up, we had all kind of discounts.
Yeah.
Besides the soda can, they had other stuff too. You would get little tickets and stuff. Now they don't have that stuff no more.
So who can
You might spend a G, man, just to go to Disneyland. You have a little family there, for real.
That's
No
crazy.
And don't buy nothing while you're in there. Woo.
How did this? So who's going?
It's always crowded, so somebody's going. But you got to think about something too. Like the people that didn't grow up in the era of us, they don't know how cheap it was. They're just going along with, okay, that costs that much. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'd be like, I'm not going.
No.
You know, for real, I'm not going. Forget that because this is out of control, man.
There wouldn't be no Disneyland trips for me. If I had a family, there would be no Disneyland trips. Maybe once every couple of years. Maybe for the experience for the child.
They're always taking the kids to Disneyland. I'm like, why do you keep taking the kids to Disneyland? You'll go one time, be like, well, I hope you enjoyed the trip. You will not be going back.
Take picture memories, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, for real.
Dang,
And then I hate when people do that when the kids are real little, that they don't even understand.
Yeah.
Just at least wait a little bit. Let them understand, because you spend a lot of money.
Dang, that's crazy.
I don't want to call those people bonehead, but this is a segue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because coming up next, what do we have?
The bonehead segment.
What you got today?
Originally, I think this topic was kind of like about rent. So I kind of stayed along those lines of the rent and everything like that.
Okay.
This is kind of like a personal story because I was telling you about my apartment, right? And how rent is cheap. Well, rent is relatively cheap. It's around the norm, but it's still it's not too bad for people, right? But there was this lady who lived in my apartment, man. So you're not supposed to sublease your apartments at all. Okay. Because you sign a lease for the building. So this lady, she subleased her 1-bedroom apartment to a foreign student without the knowledge of the property management company, right?
Okay.
So the on-site manager one day just noticed somebody weird walking through the building, and it was someone he didn't recognize. So he approached him, and it was a student who went to UCLA. They mentioned that they were renting an apartment in the building, and he was like, wait a minute, I'm the person who rent the apartments out, so who are you renting the apartment from? And they pointed out that they subleased the apartment from somebody in the building. So that person who they were subleasing from was getting more money from them than they were actually paying in rent.
Really?
So the manager had asked them, they were like, wait a minute, so where is this person? He knew who they was, but I'm not going to say the name.
Right.
And the student had told them that, well, they live in San Diego. Wait a minute, she moved to San Diego, but you're leasing the apartment? Well, how long has this been going on? And she was like, I've been doing this for like about 2 or 3 months. So the manager had called the original tenant who leased the property, and made her come back and kick this lady out of her apartment. And by the way, since you tried to do this underhanded and you making all this money, you getting kicked out too.
Wow.
So she came down, the student got kicked out, she got kicked out like within 2 weeks and lost her apartment. That's crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
And to kick it all off, she was saying the reason why she did it is because rent is expensive and everything is so expensive, so she could barely afford to live, so she had to find a way out.
And that was the way.
That was the way. So in this case, she gets the Bonehead Award for this.
Damn, that was a bonehead move.
Bonehead.
Wow.
I mean, I can't blame somebody for trying to come up and make a little money.
Yeah.
But dude, like, I wouldn't even do anything like that.
She was
true story happened in my building.
Was desperate, man. You know what I'm saying? So this is the only thing I can think of. I'm gonna do this. Unfortunately, that's what I said, man. Everything's so expensive. It's like I feel like it's a trickle down effect. When you have like people like mortgage people, you know, I'm going to touch on it just a little bit more because, say for instance, these people that have real estate companies and stuff, they go on the outskirts of places like LA and they go, oh, they're not paying much over here. You guys are under market.
Yep.
You should be making this much. And that's why the rent starts going up, but they're destroying the economy. Your greed is destroying the economy. Did you ever think about that? Because this is not good. Okay, your family's making money, but look at the state that the country is in right now because of greedy people like you.
Yeah,
you're hurting people, man.
Dude, even this is kind of like on the subject, but even look at the housing market crash in 2008.
Yeah.
That happened because of greed, dude.
It did.
You were giving people a whole bunch of loans that didn't deserve the loans because you wanted to make a profit.
Yep.
You didn't care about the nation and the economy. You didn't care about the banks or anything like that. You were just trying to make money at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And now look what you had caused. But yeah, greed is it's an evil thing, man.
It is.
It's really, really sad, dude. What do you think a solution could be for how everything is just...
Okay, where are these politicians that are for the people? Where are they at? They got to be able to do something. They're always making laws for stuff. Why don't they make a law that there has to be a ceiling when it comes to how much you can raise apartments, you know, rent and housing? You can only go so far, and that's it. It's a ceiling. We put a cap on it. Why don't they do something like that? They're always trying to make up laws for everything else.
Yeah.
If you're really for the people, why aren't you protecting the people?
Yeah, well, they pretty much for themselves, I guess, just like the people who making money off everything going up high.
That's the problem, because we fall for these politicians' lies and stuff and think that they're going to try to do good for people. They're not in it for us at all.
Now, the problem I have, man, there should be no such thing as career politicians.
No.
You should be in there for like about 5 years. We'll give you a little short run, and if you ain't made a difference, then you need to go and we need to find somebody else, man. But the problem is these career politicians, you going in, make like $175,000 a year, and then all of a sudden by the time you finish in your 30-year career, you worth $150 million.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, that don't add up.
It don't add up.
How could you start making $100,000 a year, and then all of a sudden you worth $140 million? Yeah. A politician?
Yep.
I want that job.
Right? Like our mom used to say, something ain't right.
Something not right, dude. So
real.
So they're not for the people, dude. They just in it to win it.
Yeah. And they don't care about
They
us.
get in to become rich.
Because this is like really, really out of control how high everything is.
Yes.
There has to be something that needs to be done about this, man. Because people are in bad states right now. When we were growing up, you barely even seen a homeless person.
No, it wasn't it was like taboo.
Yeah.
You saw somebody, everybody knew that one person in the city who was laying on the ground
Exactly.
somewhere.
Now they're everywhere. There's a reason. People have to wake up and start asking, why did we get to this place? And how did we get to this place?
You know, like another solution that I would say, man, is like what you hear about all the time. It's like everybody needs to just come together and try to make a difference, because one person holding up a flag is not going to work.
No.
We all need to get together and say, okay, we've had enough of this. And I know people out there have heard this a gang of times before, but that's the only changes we're going to see if we don't vote for just don't even go vote for some of these people who you know who've been there for a long time.
Yep.
And you know ain't gonna do nothing.
Yep.
Just don't vote for him, dude. And then, you know, we need to just make a difference. Be like, okay, you know, you guys are like not even 1% of the population trying to push these laws and agendas upon us. No. We ain't going for it. We don't even care if it's a law. We ain't gonna do it. Then what they gonna do?
Exactly. But you know what I don't like either, kind of backtracking a little bit? People buy homes and stuff. Why don't people say, I'm not buying no house? You guys are charging too much. The percentage rate is high. You guys are charging all these high prices. You know what? I don't even want to buy me a house. What they gonna do then if the house is just sitting? They're gonna have to lower the prices.
Yep.
You know, just think if we as people got together and everybody starts saying, I'm not paying rent. You can't kick everybody out.
Nope.
You said you got 119 units. Just think if all 119 said, well, we ain't paying.
Yep.
Then what kind of situation is that person gonna be in who owns the building after that? Because guess what?
119 people ain't paying, and you got to go to court and all these court fees, and you're not getting no money from nobody, and you still got to pay whatever you need to pay every month. Oh, you gonna lower some rent?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? After that,
no, that's
like for real.
No, that's real, dude.
But we as a nation, we need to start doing stuff like this. Is why I say people are weak and stuff, and it really makes me mad because we have the ability to say we're tired of something, but we don't. Everybody wants to follow. I always say that what everybody else is doing. Oh, he got a house. I want to get a house too. You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying, no, this is not cool, man. You guys are going crazy with these prices. Why don't y'all give us something that's reasonable? Have reasonable prices instead of these out of control prices.
And they can do it because the Federal Reserve is the one that actually sets inflation. They kind of control inflation, the interest rates and everything else. They, they print money, so they can do that. They have the power to do that, man. But for whatever reason, there's a hidden hand out there that controls when everything goes up and everything goes down. And when they want to keep it there, there's a reason. I mean, they really don't want to see people come over. Because really, to me, a house should just be paid for once.
That's it.
That's once. How many times you got to pay for the same house?
And not only that, Barry, what are you paying for that house? By the time you finish with the interest and all that, you paid $800,000, but you probably get $2 million by the time you finish with the house. And not only that, this will make you mad too. What's up with this capital gain tax? Why the government always got to be getting over every time?
Yeah.
You said, oh, you guys buy the house. It's the American dream. You said, okay, cool. You buy the house. Now the house is worth this much money, and the government says, oh, we need some of that.
Yep.
Why do you need some of it? The thing that makes me mad about this whole thing is this. You guys can't even control your own budget.
Right.
We're trillions in a hole.
Like $35 trillion in the hole.
And you can't even handle your own business, but you're trying to come up off of me.
I wonder what the interest on that. No, that's real. Like, it's crazy, dude. Like when I was talking about the 2008 crisis, like a lot of those people who were in charge of the financial institutions back then, like they became professors. How in the heck did we get in this? How did we get in this situation to where, there was all these bad loans. The country went.
That's ironic.
And then some of these people got jobs as professors teaching at these top like Ivy League schools. That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever, dude. None.
Because how you gonna be in debt then try to tell me how to do my money? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You shouldn't even be telling me nothing.
Nope.
I mean, we'll never get out of that debt. Never.
Now I wonder what the interest is on like $35 trillion. I wonder if they pay the interest monthly. Or how does that work? Because, I don't know if it's still true, but we owe China money from some of that too. But, how could you can't even pay off a 12% interest rate on a car.
Exactly.
Like, if somebody charged you 20% on a car, how long would it take you to pay that damn car off, right? So,
time.
If you owe $37 trillion in debt, how much are you paying a month on that?
Yeah, really.
Like, what are you paying, like $400 million a month? And you still can't pay it off?
Yeah, and they're always asking us for more. Oh, guess what? We need more tax money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You go to the pump, you pay taxes. You know what I'm saying? You buy stuff from the store, not groceries, but, other stuff. You buy taxes. They're always taxing this, taxing that. And, oh, we got to go up on taxes. And the first thing the politicians say is, we're not going to go up on taxes. And as soon as they get in office, what happens?
They go up on taxes.
Every time.
And you know what's the trip, man? It's funny because there's proof that none of our tax dollars are used for taxes.
There's proof?
Some think that maybe statewide is used, but the federal tax money that we pay, some people think that that don't even go to them, that's just something that somebody charging is just to be charging us. This is not a proven theory, but that's what some people believe.
And this is how they become millionaires.
Yep.
Probably, you know what I'm saying? Because everything's crooked when it comes to them.
Yeah, because you're paying taxes to the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve officially isn't really part of the United States. It's its own little entity, like me, you, and Eric had owned something. Yeah. And we printed money, and you can borrow money from us. That's how that worked.
Should we try to print some money?
Let's try it.
No, we're gonna go to jail. We ain't gonna do that.
Okay. I'd be down. If there was a foolproof plan. If there was a foolproof plan,
man, I'll be rich.
Shoot, man, all three of us would be.
For real. Man, now, we're gonna go into the 10 mouse commandments because this right here is getting on my nerves.
Oh man, dude, we done spent a gang of time on this, man.
I could go on forever on
this. We could probably go on at least another hour and a half.
At least.
Oh man.
But you want to start off with mouse commandment number 1?
Yeah, mouse commandment number 1. Don't ever let a woman tell you how to drive.
Mouse commandment number 2. thou shalt not ever hold a woman's purse while shopping.
No. Mouse commandment number 3, thou shalt not ever wear pink.
Mouse commandment number 4, thou shalt not ever wear skinny jeans or sag pants past your butt, because nobody wants to see that.
Oh man, I don't know why dudes be
understand
wearing that, man. I heard it started in jail with the saggy pants. Is that true?
That's what I heard too.
Okay.
And
man.
you know it wasn't good while the people sagging their pants, right?
No, why?
We ain't gonna talk about it right now.
Oh, okay.
I'll talk about that on another show.
All right. Sounds like a plan to me. Mouse commandment number 5, thou shalt never say happy wife, happy life.
Mouse commandment number 6, thou shalt not ever wear fingernail polish, makeup, or women's underwear.
Who wants to wear women's underwear?
I don't know. It got to be something a little wrong in your head if you want to do that. I'll tell you that much right now.
Yeah, there's dudes who be wearing women's underwear. Like, who wants to put on? I don't even want to think about that, dude.
I know,
It
right?
makes me want to throw up.
It reminds me of a story, though. I have to tell you. You know, I like watch a lot of crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This one dude he had a high rank in the service, right? This dude ended up like murdering somebody, and they found pictures of him with women's underwear on. He was going and breaking into people's houses, women's houses, and stealing their underwear, and he was wearing them and taking pictures.
What?
Yeah.
That's
you never know how
weird.
crazy a person is, man. It's
Man,
weird.
who wants to wear a woman's underwear? That's as a man, like, what would you want to put on a pair of women's underwear for?
Something's mentally wrong, man. That's all I can say.
That's weird, dude.
It is weird.
I mean, I wonder if he was in a college sorority or something like that. Because sometimes when dudes be part of these sororities, they have to go through these sororities, but for fraternities, they have to go through these initiations. And you be wondering, man, if some of that freaky stuff just rub off on them and just follow them through life or something.
Yeah, that's a little too freaky.
Man, that's crazy. Mouse commandment number 7, thou shalt not let your woman constantly text. You should not constantly text or woman to check in.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Because
that's
a
crazy.
control thing, man.
Yeah, and women be kind of like fool you into that too, man, because they'll be texting you every day, and the next thing you know, if you ain't smart enough, you start texting them back, and then they gonna expect to hear from you all the time.
Yep. Which leads to commandment number 8. Thou shalt not ever give a woman the password to your cell phone.
Ooh. Do you know anybody that ever did that?
People probably ain't going to tell you, but I've heard stories.
Man, I've never done that, dude.
But, you know, a lot of stuff is control, though. You start giving your password, then you constantly call and text. They slowly trying to gain some power over you.
They're clever, man. You have to be real careful, man. You fellas ain't out there, and you happy you came to this man cave, man. 'Cause we tell you guys how to get out of some of this.
You saw what them girls doing in the beginning of the show, right?
Yeah, that's one way.
Yeah.
You see how they had me sweating?
Yeah. You look like you was a little hypnotized.
Yeah, I still am. You know, I ain't been that close in a minute play. It's been a minute for me. I ain't gonna even lie. Mouse commandment number 9. Thou shalt not let any woman treat him like a child.
That's definitely a commandment that you should definitely go by.
They all do that.
They do. They want to lay out your clothes and tell you what to eat. And make you go to the doctor, all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But do your own thing, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And finally, mouse commandment number 10. Thou shalt not ever wife up a woman with a high body count.
Oh, man, them body counts, boy.
They be trying to act like they cool too. You ever see like stuff on the internet? These men be like, yeah, I got 500 bodies. You're like, whoa. Are you serious?
Yeah.
How do you even get that many? They might be exaggerating. But still, how can you have like 40, 50, 60, 70 bodies on you and act like it's not a big deal? You just like anybody that comes up to you, you're like, yes.
Yeah, pretty much. And then at some point in time, some of those women want to get married, and there's a dude who out there will actually marry him. Like, who's going to wipe that up? But somebody will wipe it up. And I mean, for me, look, I know, I understand. I'm probably not going to meet a woman that's a virgin, so I understand she been with somebody. Right. But 500 dudes, no, man, I'll pass on that one, man.
Definitely, man.
I'd rather pay for it than if our only choice was a woman who had 500 body count.
But let me ask you a question: do you think at some point the women that do this kind of stuff, they realize later on in life, like, oh man, that was a mistake. I shouldn't have been doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they do.
The bad part is you can't take it back though.
Nope.
Because I think a lot of these women don't realize at some point you're going to get older.
Yep.
And at some point, the way you are now is not going to fly because guess what? Your friends are getting married. Your friends are having families. Your friends are moving to different places. You're going to start having less and less friends. And you're going to start finding yourself more by yourself.
Yep.
And that's when you're going to start wanting you some companionship.
Yeah.
And if the man finds out that this is who you were as a person, good luck.
Yeah, and it wouldn't take long for a real mature man to figure that out. No matter how much they try to hide it, a mature man's going to ask the right questions, and if you don't want to answer him, he'll put 2 and 2 together.
Yep. And so don't let your immaturity get you in trouble.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because what you think is cute now may not be cute in 10 years.
Yep.
Because you may one day want that family.
Yeah.
And so guess what? People want quality.
Yeah, that's why I trip off with women who are adult film actresses and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you wonder, like some of I know the women get paid more than men, but they go through humiliation with some of the stuff they do.
They do, and this is part that's crazy to me when they say, "Oh, the way I make love on camera is different than the way I make love with my boyfriend."
Yeah, it probably is because the dudes in front of the camera, they just dogging you out, treating you like crazy, and he get about 5 pumps and then he got to turn over and go to sleep.
But the act is all the same.
Yep.
Don't try to act like it's so different because it's not.
Yeah.
And then how can you as a man even be cool with your woman being in porn anyway?
I you know what, dude? I couldn't even think about. I don't even want to think about that, dude.
Okay.
I don't even want to think about.
We're gonna cut it out because we're about to go down the rabbit hole right now.
Yeah. It ain't. Ooh.
So before we go down the rabbit hole, I guess I need to say something.
What's that?
If you're going by these commandments, then you are a very smart man.
Yes, very, very smart. I know they glad they tune in.
Yeah, they should be.
Yeah.
And you are a very brave man.
Very brave.
And you have testicles. That's what it says.
And they sagging low as they should.
Yes. But if you're not going by these commandments and you want to be a man again,
come and join Mouse.